the kind of significance that great journalism has if revelations can come out that will affect our public policies. So that also is connected with what Jay Rosen was talking about in terms of the watchdog press. And Jay and I have been, and Jeff and many of us have been talking about that for a long time because we've seen what access journalism has done to our journalism. And we're seeing it again now. The fact that we had the invasion of Iraq and the financial meltdown with so few great journalism to do a kind of biopsy about these events rather than autopsy shows how incredibly significant these leaks are in that context. And, you know, as Simon Jenkins said in The Guardian, the first day that The Guardian wrote about the latest cables, it is not the job of the media to protect power from embarrassment. I'm sorry, it's not. And for me, you know, my favorite hero when I was growing up in all of literature was the little boy that shouted out that the emperor wears no clothes. That was always my greatest hero. So in that sense, WikiLeaks are part of that incredible tradition that dates back to fairy tales. My second point is over this debate of secrecy versus transparency. I really love what was said in the earlier session about there is a difference between secrecy and privacy. That's a very legitimate difference. And there will always have to be things that are private, whether it's in our private lives or in our political lives. But the problem here is that, and here I'm quoting Andrew, that this is not the issue of government legitimately withholding information. This is the issue of government outright lying to us. When, for example, the same week that the latest cables came out, the president went to Afghanistan and told us that we are winning there. He was lying.